has been impacting the WNBA well before this year. This is not a new thing. Sure. This is, in that way, I do think Caitlin's being used as a pawn. Caitlin didn't bring systems to the WNBA. This has been happening, and that I think is what's been such a shock for all of us.
DiJonai Carrington not only poked Caitlin the other day, but she also flopped to the floor, acting as if Caitlin had punched her. Carrington tried to make it seem like Caitlin had seriously hurt her, but it has all backfired. Now that Caitlin's game has made her mad, she was seen complaining to the refs about the decision. This is what Caitlin has to deal with every single game. After the game, DJ said she didn't mean the foul, even after clips were shown of her intentionally poking Caitlin and laughing with her teammates about the situation. Rest assured, she gets to watch the WNBA crumble right in front of her, with viewership plummeting as fans refuse to watch. Meanwhile, Caitlin is off to Europe. Could she potentially be looking for a move into the EuroLeague? Carrington has always been a fierce competitor on the basketball court, but there's a fine line between intensity and unsportsmanlike behavior. Known for her physical play, her career has been marked by tenacity and aggression. Her latest action, particularly the eye poke incident with Caitlin Clark, has forced the spotlight on her in a very different light. Could DiJonai Carrington's fall on the court be the result of karma after her controversial poke at Caitlin Clark?
No, we don't want fans that are going to degrade us and call us names. I mean, we already see what's happening in the world. Something needs to be done, whether it's, them checking their fans or this league checking. There's no time for it anymore.
The poke to Caitlin Clark's eye wasn't the first time Carrington's aggressive tactics have raised eyebrows. Throughout her career, she's been involved in several incidents where her physicality crossed the line, leading to confrontations with players and even referees. This time, however, the stakes were much higher. Caitlin Clark is not just another player, she's the face of women's basketball, so when Carrington poked her in the eye during one of the most crucial games of the season, it wasn't just Clark who felt the impact, the entire sports world was watching. And the fallout was immediate.
Clark get poked in the eye. Caitlin said in media after that was accidental, that was unintentional. But we saw reporters gaslighting that situation, trying to make more of it, speaking to amplifying the wrong narratives. As a result of that, DiJonai Carrington posted getting threats based off of the incident that Caitlin Clark said this was a basketball type of thing. I pushed through, we played a game, she played a good game after that. So she minimized it, tried to erase it, and tried to send a message like, y'all, there's nothing here. That was one incident.
Caitlin Clark is not just a basketball player, she's a phenomenon. From a young age, she was destined for greatness. Her incredible talent on the court has made her a household name, and her meteoric rise has captivated fans across the world. But her journey hasn't been without challenges. Clark has had to fight for every opportunity. Her path to the WNBA has been marked by hard work, determination, and an unwavering belief in her abilities.
It's sad when I talk about this a little bit in that we're still not talking about basketball. No. We're still not allowed to be focused on for our basketball play.
Despite her individual success, Clark has always been a team player. She cares deeply about her teammates and her fans, and she's never let the spotlight affect her work ethic. Even as the media began hailing her as the future of women's basketball, Clark stayed focused on her game, always striving to improve and elevate those around her.
WNBA Player of the Week. Surprise, surprise. Indiana Fever rookie sensation, Caitlin Clark. There's nothing really to say other than that. She's winning Rookie of the Year. She's a top candidate for League MVP honors. She ain't beating Angel Wilson for the MVP, but she beating Angel Reese for Rookie of the Year. That's a wrap. That's over. And props to Angel Reese, who's had a good year.
That's what made the eye poke incident with DiJonai Carrington so frustrating for fans. Clark had done everything right. She put in the work, led her team to the playoffs, and was on the verge of cementing her legacy. But in one moment, everything changed. The poke to her eye not only affected her physically, but also altered the course of the game. Her vision was compromised, and though she fought through the injury, it was clear she wasn't playing at 100%. This moment became a defining one in Clark's career, not because of her performance, but because of how she handled adversity. Even after the game, when the controversy exploded, Clark refused to play the victim. She didn't lash out at Carrington or blame her for the loss. Instead, she focused on recovery and getting back on the court, showing once again why she's a true leader and a role model for young athletes everywhere.
Obviously got me pretty good in the eye. I don't think it affected me. Honestly, I felt like I got good shots. They just didn't put on. And obviously a tough time for that to happen. I got some really good looks. I felt I had three pretty wide open threes in the first half that you usually make. So that's tough, but I felt like I battled and tried my best. Took care of the ball better than...
Clark worked tirelessly to get her team to the playoffs, only to have her season derailed by an avoidable injury. Beyond the physical pain, there's the emotional weight of feeling like you've let your team down, even though no one blames her. Athletes at Clark's level are their own harshest critics, and the pressure to perform at an elite level, even when injured, is immense. The Caitlin Clark and DiJonai Carrington incident has also exposed larger issues facing the WNBA. While the league has made significant strides in recent years, growing its fan base and visibility, it's clear that challenges remain. One glaring issue is the league's inability to properly promote its star players. Clark is a once-in-a-generation talent, yet the WNBA has failed to fully capitalize on her star power. Despite her incredible performances, the league hasn't marketed her enough to a broader audience. This isn't just a missed opportunity for the league, it's a missed opportunity for the sport as a whole.
I would have loved to have been valued as a basketball player. I would have been loved to have been spoken about just for my play. I think everybody in the league can say that. But nobody ever let us do that. So what happened? We started to build a backbone.
The WNBA has long struggled to gain the same level of attention and respect as its male counterpart, the NBA. Part of this is due to the structural challenges the league faces, including lower salaries, smaller marketing budgets, and less media coverage. But another part of it is the league's own failure to fully embrace its biggest stars. Players like Caitlin Clark should be front and center in every WNBA marketing campaign, yet she remains somewhat under the radar, especially compared to her peers in the NBA.
Clark's Nike deal might be the worst endorsement deal in the history of professional sports. You guys remember this billboard that was put up in Iowa? Well, that's one of the last times that Nike has done anything for Caitlin Clark. They promoted her more in college than they have at all the entirety of the WNBA season. She signed an 8-year, $28 million deal with Nike that also included her own signature shoe, which honestly, looking at it now, $28 million for 8 years is an absolute steal for this superstar. When a player like Wemby's Nike deal was rumored to be over $100 million.
This lack of promotion not only affects individual players but the league as a whole. Without stars like Clark driving viewership, the WNBA struggles to maintain its momentum. The recent dip in viewership following Clark's exit from the playoffs is a prime example of this. Fans want to see the best players on the court, and when those players aren't given the recognition they deserve, it's the league that suffers.
She had an incredible rookie season, but she has also transformed the WNBA. She became the face of the league as a rookie. She was #1 in jersey sales, and all of her collaborations with Wilson sold out in minutes. So why is Nike sleeping on Caitlin? It was reported that Nike wants to prioritize A'ja Wilson, and it fears the optics of giving a rookie a signature shoe before an already established star who just won league MVP for the third.
As the WNBA continues to navigate these challenges, the possibility of Caitlin Clark moving to Europe looms large. The EuroLeague has long been seen as an attractive option for top basketball talent, offering higher salaries, better treatment, and more visibility for its players. For someone like Clark, who has already proven herself on the WNBA stage, a move to Europe could provide new opportunities to grow her career while also earning more money. The league is no stranger to hosting some of the biggest names in basketball. Many top WNBA players have made the move overseas at some point in their careers, either to escape the financial limitations of the WNBA or to gain more recognition on the global stage. In Europe, women's basketball enjoys a larger following, and players are often treated with the same level of respect and admiration as their male counterparts. For Clark, a move to Europe could be a game changer. Not only would she have the chance to play in front of larger crowds and gain international recognition, but she could also earn a significantly higher salary than what she's currently making in the WNBA. The financial benefits alone are enough to make Europe an appealing option, but the chance to continue growing her brand on a global scale is what truly makes it enticing. Of course, leaving the WNBA wouldn't be an easy decision for Clark. She's been a cornerstone of the league, and her presence has helped elevate women's basketball in the United States. But if the WNBA continues to underappreciate and underpromote her, it's not hard to imagine Clark exploring other options. The WNBA would be wise to take note of this possibility and do everything in its power to keep Clark in the league. Losing her to the EuroLeague would be a massive blow not just to the WNBA, but to women's basketball in the USA as a whole.
Could be a team overseas who would love to snatch Caitlin Clark away from us and give her a crazy offer. I mean, Ice Cube was about to give her $5 million to play in less than 10 games in the Big Three. So the money is there, and if these owners are smart with it, I could definitely see more WNBA players going overseas and possibly not returning.
One of the most puzzling aspects of Caitlin Clark's career trajectory has been the silence from Nike, one of the biggest names in sports sponsorship. Despite Clark's undeniable talent and star power, Nike has been surprisingly quiet when it comes to promoting her. In recent months, Nike hasn't featured Clark in any major campaigns, nor have they given her the same level of attention they've given to other players.
One of the hottest selling jerseys in sports, y'all, according to Fanatics, led by the one and only Michael Rubin. Clark's Indiana Fever jersey is apparently sold out in all sizes. It was rumored that she actually outsold Dallas Cowboy jerseys.
This silence has led to growing frustration among Clark's fans, who feel that Nike is missing out on a huge opportunity to promote one of the brightest stars in women's basketball. Meanwhile, Adidas, one of Nike's biggest competitors, has seized the opportunity to show support for Clark. Adidas recently posted a tweet praising Clark's performances, and the gesture didn't go unnoticed by fans. Oh, let me get this straight. Nike signed Caitlin Clark to a big deal, but haven't posted a congratulations message for winning Rookie of the Year. The WNBA hasn't posted the Rookie of the Year winner either, but the Adidas ambassador did a whole post congratulating CC on her accomplishments. The lack of recognition for women's basketball players is glaring. While male athletes are often given multi-million-dollar endorsement deals and constant media attention, women's players like Clark are still fighting for their share of the spotlight. This disparity is even more striking when you consider just how popular Clark is among fans. She's not just a great player, she's a cultural icon. Yet the corporate world has been slow to fully embrace her. Nike's decision to focus its attention on other players, like AJA Wilson, while ignoring Clark has sparked a lot of debate. While Wilson is undeniably a superstar in her own right, many fans feel that Clark deserves the same level of recognition. The fact that Adidas has stepped up to show support for Clark only makes Nike's silence more baffling.
You had some jealousy, not by most, not by all, but there were some people within the WNBA, players, pundits, etc., that were trying to tear her down. And so how y'all look now? See, I love how everybody trying to change the argument. My man Shannon Sharp went off about it this morning, how there were so many people getting at people like him, getting at people like me and others, trying to change the freaking narrative. When people were trying to knock her down, they were trying to bring credibility to the argument. They weren't jealous.
The WNBA needs to do a better job of promoting its star players. Caitlin Clark should be the face of the league, and yet she remains somewhat under the radar. The league's marketing efforts need to be more focused on elevating players like Clark, who have the potential to bring in new fans and grow the sport. If the league wants to keep its top talent, it needs to offer competitive salaries that can rival those of the EuroLeague. Players like Clark shouldn't have to choose between playing in the WNBA and making a living wage. Finally, the league needs to do more to protect its players. Incidents like the eye poke with DiJonai Carrington can't be allowed to happen without consequence. The WNBA must take a stronger stance on player safety and sportsmanship, ensuring that incidents like this are dealt with swiftly and fairly. As we look to the future, it's clear that the WNBA's success depends on players like Caitlin Clark. She's a once-in-a-generation talent, and the league can't afford to lose her. But if the WNBA wants to keep players like Clark, it needs to make some serious changes.
Game on Ion still averaged 1.26 million viewers, which is so impressive.
Caitlin Clark's break from the WNBA could be a turning point for the league. It's a chance for the WNBA to reflect on what it's doing right and what it needs to improve. We are all going to miss you, Caitlin Clark, and can't wait to see you back soon. Let's hope the league treats you better next year. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.